Yvette, welcome in. Hey, Yvette, how are you? Mexi Pina, how are you doing? Welcome in, everybody. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. Tanya, welcome in. Light my candle. Good to see you, Yvette. Oh no, Tanya, you're sick with the flu? Yikes. Did you get to stay home at least? I hope. Stacy, welcome in. Thank you so much, Yvette. Yeah, we've been decorating it with, on Wednesdays, we've been making ornaments on live. And so we put them on the tree. It came out really pretty. Oh, and it's your birthday today. Oh, Christina, you went. Hey, Christina, welcome in. I haven't heard from you. And Tanya, it's your birthday today. Oh, good. Christina, I'm glad you spent time with your dad. I know that you were saying on Thanksgiving. Thank you, Yvette. Yeah, it's coming out really pretty. Lots of good colors on it, golds and reds. Isn't that pretty? Oh, and you went with your half sister too. Oh, good, Christine. I'm really happy. How was your Thanksgiving? Did you spend Thanksgiving with your family? I know you were feeling kind of bummed out because you weren't gonna spend it with anybody at that age. Oh, and he bought you a tree. Oh, nice. Aw, that's exciting. You got a live tree or did you buy a fake tree? That's good. I'm glad to have you back. And Christina, is it snowing over there? No, I didn't because Jordan is not talking. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. I see. All right. Good. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. We're just waiting for the room, at least 20 people in the room, or 10 minutes after the hour. Kingston Trottier, welcome in. Yes, we had a snowstorm this weekend. Oh, Christina, that's exciting. Hey, Jamie, welcome in. Oh, Tanya, you guys had a snowstorm as well? Kingston Trottier. We are this is a children's literature book hour. We read 3 children's books, 4 children's literature books, and then today we're doing a small mini project, mini craft. Wisconsin got over a foot of snow. Wow. And Tanya, what kind of flu do you have? Is it a really bad one? Thank you so much, Kingston Trottier, and please subscribe and then I will subscribe back to you. Thank you so much. Those of you on YouTube, please subscribe. I'm doing another live with TikTok as well. So I'm streaming 2 places at once. Oh, the flu. Okay. Tanya, how was your Thanksgiving? Were you sick during Thanksgiving? Oh, you just learned how to speak English in Kingston. Oh, good. Good for you. Well, this is a good place to learn because we're going to do some really basic vocabulary words. Pictures as well, so you can make a connection with the words and the pictures. Oh, you live in Germany. Oh, welcome in. We love our European friends. We love having our European friends. I was good for Thanksgiving and it hit me Friday hard and progressively got worse. Oh. I hope you didn't have to go to work any of those days. So it's the next day right now in Germany. Let me see, it's 9 o'clock. I'm here in California. 9 o'clock, so 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning over there? Oh, you lost your voice. I was good for the. Okay. Christina. Oh, it's not a real tree? How big is it, Christina? Are you Marcus Witt? No, I'm not. Graham Norton. No. Welcome to those of you on YouTube. Not big. Oh, good. Tiny. Well, it's nice to have. I like small trees because they're more manageable. Not to spend too much time on them. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. We're just waiting for 10 minutes after the hour or 20 people in the room. My TV's on fire. It is, huh? It's the mood, the ambiance for the night. Magali, welcome back. Jamie, welcome in. To those of you who are just joining us, we are going to be making a mini project today. We are going to be making these little candy ornaments. These are little candy ornaments. We made this one. This is what the East Coast made. They made a red one. We're going to make little candy ornaments. I called Nick. Okay. Just make sure that they bring a hose. This is the other one that the East Coast made. Stacy, the candle that we have tonight, I believe this one is winter. No, Cozy Winter Cottage. It smells really good. It smells like a, oh, you know what? I probably didn't switch the mirror. Thank you for reminding me. There we go. Amber UCG. Thank you so much for reminding me. I always do that way at the beginning when I first sign up, but I forgot. So you guys are going to be making your own candy decoration. We found these really fun foil things over at Daiso. Yeah, we got the right sign. We found these really fun foil squares at Daiso. So you've got a gold, you've got a silver. You have a green foil. And you've got this, look at how gorgeous this red is. Isn't that a gorgeous red? And then this ice blue. And then another, a pink, like this ice pink. So you're gonna choose a color, and then we're gonna get a pom-pom, put it in the middle, wrap it up, and then we'll put one of these little clips on it to hang on the tree. Just a fun mini project. Christmas goes by so fast. Guys, we started August 22nd with fall. And we're on our last, oh, Becky, it's 11:11 for, oh, you're Central Time. You're in the Midwest. You're in the middle of the U.S. We're already on the third part. There was fall, Halloween, and now we're in the downhill. Christmas goes by very quick. That's why you got to put up the tree quickly. That's why you got to put it up early, because before you know it, it's over. All right. But before we do that, before we do the project, we're going to start with A Treasury of Curious George. We found an anthology series. Bitsy in the North Pole with the owls. Oh, fun, Anna. That's exciting. Treasury of Curious George. We found an anthology of Curious George stories. So if you're into Curious George, tonight is your lucky night. Tonight is your lucky night. We're going to start with Curious George Visits the Toy Story. Curious George Visits a Toy Story. Whitney, welcome back. Whitney, I responded to your email. Thank you so much for sending that. I appreciate it. This is George. He was a good little monkey and always very curious. Today was the opening of a brand new toy store George and the man with the yellow hat did not want to be late. Oh, you got it? Wait, okay, perfect. If you have any questions, let me know. So here's the opening of Curious George Goes to the Toy Store. They're both in this really nice little um, old-fashioned car. There's the man with the yellow hat. They're heading over here to the toy store. And there's Curious George. He's just kicking back, relaxing. Thank you so much for the follow. When they arrived, the line to go inside wound all the way around the corner. When a line is this long, it's not easy for a little monkey to be patient. George sneaked through the crowd. All he wanted was a peek inside. So everybody's going to the same place, the toy store. All the people dressed elegantly. It's definitely like a 1950s, 1960s vibe. Hey, just relax, welcome in. We haven't seen you in a while. 1950s, 1960s style here. The hats. And then there's Curious George. He gets a little impatient, so he's going through the line. And then there's the man with the yellow hat. George got to the door just as the owner opened it. "This is no place for a monkey," she said. But George was so excited he was already inside. Balls, dolls, bicycles, and games filled the shelves. So he snuck in. Toy box grand opening at 10 a.m. today. Lady told him, "This is no place for monkeys." He didn't listen to that. He snuck right in, and look at all the excitement waiting for him. Balls, racetracks, instruments, bikes, dolls, boats, airplanes, more instruments, a scooter. There were so many toys, George didn't know how some of them worked. Checkers, Slinky. How many of you guys remember the Slinky? And then some string. And how about these hoops? What did they do? George was curious. He climbed up to pull one out from the pile. It would not move. George pulled harder. Still, it wouldn't move. George pulled with all fours. He's going to create a big accident. Keep the fire hose handy. Suddenly, there was a terrible crash. Red, blue, green, and yellow hoops bounced up and down and everywhere. "Look," exclaimed a boy, bouncing up and down himself. "Why, I haven't seen one of these in years," said the boy's grandmother. "Hey, Georgia Peach, welcome in." So there's the grandmother. She's checking out the hula hoops because it brings back memories for her. She loves a good memory. She put a hoop around her waist and gave it a spin. George tried the hula hoop too. Then George pretended to be a wheel. He rolled and he rolled. So everybody's into these hula hoops that went flying everywhere. I love a good hula hoop. Good for cardio. Whoops, he rolled right into the owner. The owner shook her head. "I knew you were trouble," she said. "Now you've made a mess of my new store." Again, she tried to stop George. And again, George was too quick. The toy box. Guys, we have these little goals up here. We're trying to get 50 of these taters with a Santa hat on. In only a second, he was around the corner and on the highest shelf. Below him, George saw a little girl point to a toy out of reach. "Mommy, can we get that dinosaur?" she asked. George picked up the dinosaur and lowered it to the girl. She was delighted. So was the small boy next to her. "Could you get that ball for me, please?" he asked George. George reached up, grabbed the ball, and bounced it to the boy. So then he just became very useful. So he started going on the shelves, throwing the toys to the kids, the ones that were out of reach. The ones that you have to go ask the clerk for so the clerk can get them down. And you know how long that takes. Thank you so much, Whitney, for that, the holiday tater. May I have that puppet way over there? Asked another girl. How lucky that George was a monkey. He swung off the shelf, hung onto a light, picked up the puppet, and put it right into her hands. So there he is. He's making himself useful, getting all the toys down for the kids. Home Alone burglar. Uh-oh, Adam Brummy. What a show, shouted a boy. The children held up their new toys and cheered. What a commotion. Immediately, the owner came running, and then came the man with the yellow hat. I think we've had enough monkey business for one day, the owner frowned. So there's George. He went a little crazy. He's swinging off the chandeliers, off the lamps. All the kids are playing with the toys, and here comes the man with the yellow red hat, the yellow outfit. Just then, a girl got into a long line to pay. What a great store, she said. What a great idea to have a little monkey helping you, her father told the owner. I guess you're right, the owner replied and smiled. Then she gave George a special surprise. Thank you, George, she said. My grand opening is a success because of you. Perhaps monkey business is the best business after all. So the man with the yellow hat got him down. This grandfather was like, it was a good idea for you to have a monkey here. And she was like, you know what? I agree. He brought in a lot of business. So she gave him a little surprise present for all his help. And it was an apron and a hat that says Toy Box. The end. A treasury of Curious George. A good way to start the live. You can't not start a live without having a really good anthology series like Curious George to start it off. Okay, in the comment section, let's see what everybody is thinking. I give this a 10. I give it a 10. You cannot not give Curious George a 10. It's a classic. It's a very nostalgic. A lot of us grew up with Curious George. If you haven't heard of Curious, or if you haven't read Curious George, you've heard of it before. Elon, you give it a 10. Whitney a 10. I agree. Tonight we're drinking apple cinnamon hot tea along with a vanilla base. We bought some vanilla syrup and we put it in the base of the tea before we poured it. Really good. It gives it like a nice sweetness to it without it being overbearing. Mexi Pina a 10. We're gonna put our tea there. Okay. We're gonna do Urban Fresh. Welcome in. We're gonna do a candy decoration. For those of you who just don't join us, we're gonna do a mini project today. Normally we like to do our projects on Wednesday, but because there's so many types of decorations that we can make, we're gonna do these little candies. I was at Michael's the other day and I saw their decorations that they have for the tree, and they had candies like this. And I thought, these are something that we can make using materials around the house. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do this in pieces. So we'll build this and then we'll go on to our second book. We're gonna use this green foil. Isn't that a gorgeous color? We love shiny here. We love glitter. We love anything that makes us happy. Just an hour of happiness a day. Then we're going to take the pom-pom and we're going to put it in this little foil thing and we're going to fold it like this. And we're going to try to get it in the center as much as possible. Then we're going to fold it some more. I have this little table here. We're going to fold it some more like this. It doesn't have to be perfect. And what you want to do is you want to hold it down so that it doesn't unravel. And then this opening right here, what we're going to do is we're going to take the glue gun. We have the glue gun fired up. Fire up the glue gun. And what we're going to do is we're going to put some glue in this little area here. And then seal it. Seal it. Seal it like this. And the reason why we're going to seal that is because we have to make it stay. Just seal it. This glue gun, the glue is really sticky and it like leaves these little web things. So what you want is you want it to stay like that. And then the next part, what we're going to do is we're going to twist it so we get the little twisty part, and then we're going to get some ribbon and then tie it. But before we do that, we're going to dip into the stacks. We have lots of new library books because we just recently did a library haul. And we're going to do 2 Christmas and then 2 regular books. This is going to be a regular book. This one is called Happy Birthday, Madame Chapeau. Happy Birthday, Madame Chapeau. I saw this cover, I immediately had to look through it. This looks French, chapeau. And you know we love our cultural books. And you know that if we have a pink end page, you have to get it. It's very rare that we get a pink end page. Chapeau. So it looks like we have these styrofoam heads with hats on them. We've got all these different types of hats. And you've got this beautiful heart right in the middle. This looks like a seamstress, maybe. She makes hats. She's got her little cup of tea. She's got some feathers here. Some stick pins, some threads. So it looks like she's making a hat. Oh, this heart is, yes, Georgia Peach, this is the second one. This heart, I thought this heart was just floating here, but it's part of the hat. I was like, that's an odd place to have a heart, but it's part of this hat right here. It's an accessory. We can tell we're already going to love this book. We can tell we're going to love this book. This was 2014 is when it was published. And then let's find out what type of mediums they used. Let me find out the art. Oh, it doesn't say. Oh, let me read you guys the author's note. It says, I love hats. I have long admired the fashion editor Isabella Blow, her style and creativity, and the bold and imaginative way she wore hats. Isabella celebrated and inspired designers, and in particular, the Molyneux Philip Tracy, whose amazing creations she wore with finesse. Okay, so it's going to be a very sophisticated book. Look at all these sophisticated people with these hats. Different types. of hats. Hey, Reverend Martin Luther, do you like that? Look at these two gentlemen here, these nice fedoras. We love a good fedora. I wish I could wear a fedora, but my head's too big. And definitely this is European. In a 3-story house with a shop down below lived the world's finest hat maker, Madame Choupeau. Oh, morning from the UK, Charles Craig. Welcome in. You came in just in time. This is a very, and Reverend Martin Luther, this is a very European book. We're here in California. It's 9 p.m. You have this gorgeous city in the background. Look at all these colors. And then here is the introduction to Madame Choupeau. But you have a really good read. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dash. I appreciate that. Please subscribe to my page. I'm a children's literature author, so you can catch my journey on my page. Like the lady herself, all her hats were refined, brilliantly singular, one of a kind. Each feather, each bauble, each bead, and each bow, painstakingly chosen by Madame Choupeau. Look at Miss Madame Choupeau. Isn't she sophisticated? I'm going to have to buy this book. It's definitely one for the archives. She loves to design hats. Look how pretty she is. She's got all her things here. Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you so much, Dishy. And then you've got all the little model things where you put your hats on top of. Madame Choupeau. From promptly at 8 till exactly at 4, the hatless but hopeful arrived at her door. Each person was special, each one of a kind, and perfectly matched to the hat she designed. She made her hats for all, from the young to the old, and each left her boutique a sight to behold. So there's Madame Choupeau, and she's getting this lady dressed up. Look at how pretty these dresses are. And then this fur ring here, and look at her hat. Exquisite. And then she's got all these different other hats here. And then you got the little girl here. Look at that mask. Isn't that great in these? These hats are definitely over the top, but really fun. Then, climbing the stairs with her dog and her cat, the lonely, shy hat maker took off her hat. A sliver of Gouda, a plum, and a scone, the Lady Choupeau ate her dinner alone. A sliver of Gouda, a plum, and a scone, the Lady Choupeau ate her dinner alone. Even eating alone for Miss Choupeau sounds sophisticated. She knows how to eat. She's got her finery, her tea, her little tea dish there. Just one night a year, on her birthday no less, the lady unpacked her most elegant dress. The one with the frills and the frou-frou upon it. And last but not least, chose her best birthday bonnet. She strolled through the streets in her elegant gown to dine all alone at the best place in town. Miss Choupeau, Madame Choupeau, she brings out her best dress, her finery, takes it out. She's got a cat. She puts on her hat. We love her hat. Hey, Karina, welcome in. Welcome back. She's looking at her reflection, and she's going to go out on the town. She may be alone. She may not have anybody to go with her, but she's going to get dressed up in her best. She's not going to let anything stop her. She's going to get dressed in her best finery, and she's going to go out. And look at her gorgeous hat. she would need somebody just as sophisticated as her to take along. So she has a reason to go along. She has a reason to go along because you better find somebody on your side that's going to match this sophistication. Look at this layered dress. Isn't she the best? Just 2 blocks away from Chez Snooty Patoot, the Lady Chapeau stubbed her toe on a root. She took a great tumble and flipped head to toe. Her fine birthday bonnet was seized by a crow. Oh no! Miss Chapeau, on her way out. Isn't this a great use of this page, guys? On her way out, and I think this is the way it's supposed to be. She was walking, she tripped on a root, did a flip, and the crow came and stole her bonnet. Wendes, yes, a very bad day. Wendes, welcome back. We haven't seen you in a while. My hat, come back with my hat. You simply can't steal someone's bonnet like that. Someone quite special once made that for me. You can't steal my hat and fly off to a tree. Madame, said a baker, please take my tall hat. Oh, thank you, but truly I couldn't do that. What would you wear on the top of your head while baking your biscuits, your scones, and your bread? No, no, kind monsieur, someone made that for you. For me to turn off with it simply won't do. So the crow took away her hat. Remember we were looking at the beginning, that hat with the heart on it? The crow ran away with it. And she's still in her finery. And then the chef, she passes by a bakery, and the chef takes his hat off and offers it to her. I mean, we get it, but come on. That hat does not go with that outfit. And then look at the breads. Pretzels, looks like. Or rings. Oh no, maybe donuts. There's some donuts there at the bottom. Some more breads. This is such a good book. Where Avenue Rogue becomes Rue Tippy Tap, she met a policeman who held out his cap. Alas, said Madame, though I do love the look, you'll need your fine hat when you capture a crook. So the policeman offers his hat. And she said, no, because there's the crow still taking off with her hat. Take mine, said a cowboy in Stetson, of course. But how could she take it? It matched his black horse. So a cowboy passes by. Look at he's got hat hair. He takes off his Stetson to give it to her. And she's like, no, I can't take that because it matches your horse. And we've got this little girl here in the end. She's just kind of popped out of nowhere. She's following her. A Scotsman, a jockey, a mime, and a spy each offered the lady a new hat to try. She said no to a derby, and no to a fez, and no to the sombrero of Senor Cortez. So everybody's offering her a new hat. Each hat that she saw was a pitch-perfect fit for the kind, lovely soul who was perfect for it. Thank you so much, YouTube. I appreciate that. She knew that each hat, with its feathers or fur, was made for someone who was simply not her. I'm curious as to who this little girl is. What is she going to do? A very odd merchant of Rue Pompadour, with only one hat on the shelves in his store, said, take this small present, I think it's just right. Shyly she smiled, but the hat was too tight. She blushed a bright pink from her toe to her head. Thank you, it's lovely, Madame Chapeau said. So she passes by this store, and this hat merchant sees this hat here and wants to give it to her. But she says, no, thank you. She walked through the town on the long, winding route that came to an end at Shay's Snooty Patoot. She wanted to go home and might have gone too, but the cake had been paid for. What else could she do? She sat down to dine, feeling hatless and blue. Guys, look at how cool this page is. She's without her hat. Oh, looks like she bought that hat after all. It does not go with that outfit. And then look at the words. Stinky Winky, thank you so much for the follow. The restaurant was crowded and fussy and loud. The fancy pants waiters brought dishes and bowed. The plates were a picture, the souffle a sight. The hatless hatmaker could not touch a bite. So she's in the midst of the restaurant. And look at all these sophisticated people. These hats. Feather hats. Tall hats. This one here is very interesting. And there she is. And there's the little girl. Let's see what happens. She sat at her elegant table and sighed. She looked out the window and quite nearly cried. Excuse me, madame, said a girl dressed in plaid. I made you a gift from some yarn I had. I made it myself, and I just want to say, I hope you enjoy it, and happy birthday. Aww! That little girl was following her all around. The girl held a brightly knit cap in her hand, with thin purple stripes and a wide orange band. Its ear flaps were yellow, its pom-poms were green. A freakier headpiece has never been seen. She made it with love, though. Look at her little hair puffs. It looks rather odd, said Lady Chapeau. This hat has no baubles, no beads, and no bow. It's stretchy, it's cozy, it's easy to squish. It's knitted with love and your best birthday wish. Look at all the people. Miss Chapeau. Look at her little feet. How wonderfully perfect, the right hat for me. A true birthday bonnet, I'm sure you'll agree. I thank you so much, and I thank all of you. So join me for dinner and chocolate cake, too. They feasted on gâteau and sorbet with fruit and danced through the night at Shay's Snooty Patoot. Then Madame Chapeau wore her birthday hat home, and never again did she dine all alone. She made it into her party. She turned her pain into a party. They're doing Walk Like an Egyptian, the Bengals. Miss Chapeau and her new friend. A lot going on in this picture. So she's wearing her new hat. Oh, looks like she got a gift. Oh no, she's making a hat. They have the little coffee thing there. They're knitting new hats. And even the dog's got some of the cat. The end. Happy birthday, Madame Chapeau. This was a really good book. It had everything. Definitely a 10. Definitely a 10. Wait, wasn't that a good one? We love a good Miss Chapeau. All right, let's look and see what we've read so far. We started the hour with The Treasury of Curious George. 100 out of 10. Elon? Yes, I totally agree. Amber UGC, this one was a lot, wasn't it? Windex, it was a really good one. I definitely have to buy this one. Treasury of Curious George, and then Happy Birthday, Madame Chapeau. Definitely number 2. Georgia Peach, you gave that one an 8? Oh, okay. Sounds like a plan. All right, in the comment section, let's see what everybody's thinking. Mexi Pina 2? Definitely a 2. Oh. Windex 2. Elon is a bitch. I love that. I love that name handle. Oh, you're watching this. Okay. Georgia Peach, tonight we're drinking apple and cinnamon. And I bought some vanilla Europe or vanilla syrup with it to put in. And it's got a bit of a sweet flavor to it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our, yeah, it's really good. We're going to take our little candy thing, and what we're going to do is we're going to cut 2 pieces of red ribbon. I've learned you have to have these already handy before you tie them up, and you got to tie it up really good. So we're going to take this. We're going to scrunch it, and then we're going to twist it. Twist it. You have to be aggressive with it because we weren't aggressive earlier and it came undone. We were too nice. We were too nice to the tie, and so we have to be really assertive with it and really aggressive. So scrunch it up and then tighten it. Tighten it tight. Wrap it around. And then tie it again. Wrap it around. Tie it again. Mexipina, isn't it fun? I know, I love the crunchy sounds too. That's the whole point. Let me try and get this. I'm trying to make a knot. And put this in here. Mexipina, did you come back from, because you were in Arizona for Thanksgiving. How did that go? We're going to clip these extra. And we're going to put it in the little hole. I love the crunch sound, but it's better to hear someone else do it. Oh, it was nice? Oh, good. All right. Then we're going to take this other ribbon and then just wrap it around. Clean off these excesses here. And then we're going to even these out. So we're going to cut off the excess. And there you have, we're going to open these up. And there you have your little Christmas candy. We're going to go to Michael's and sell these for $10. $10 Christmas decorations. Then we're going to fire up the glue gun. Fire it up. We got to wait for the little red light to turn on. And then while we're waiting for that to heat up, we're going to get another clip. We're going to get another clip and then glue gun it on there. That way we can clip it to the tree. In the meantime, we're going to read our third book of the night. You Can't Be Madame Chapeau. I think I might have enjoyed that one more than you guys did, but we're going to read, let's look back in the stacks. We do have a lot to choose from. We're going to read this one. This one's a normal. We're going to do 2 Christmas and 2 regular ones. This third one's going to be a regular one. I did Georgia Peach. Shark Girl. You know this one's going to be good. Shark Girl. By the look of her face, you know it's going to be really good. We love a good end page. Salty Citizen. Gives us some insight. Let's see, when did this get published? Oh, this is this year, 2025. Let's see. Shark Girl. Ilana's a bitch. Isn't it a good one? I love Madame Chapeau. She's so sophisticated with her hats. All right. She was a little shark girl, part human and part shark. She never paid much attention to the human part, since the ocean was her home, and she had no troubles in her life at all. So there's little shark girl. There's some jellyfish. She's half girl, half shark. But she liked the shark part better because she liked being in the water. Some fish there. Sun rays. Some fish water plants. Until the day she got caught. Uh-oh. So she's swimming around. She's looking for shells that day, and then she sees that net. Oh no. She's at the bottom of the ocean, and there's a big net. And then it captures her and all the fish. She got caught. Look at all the fish. She doesn't look like she's going to go down with a fight, though. Without a fight. She saw in the net little fish that humans like to eat. But there were so many... But there were also many fish like herself that they did not eat. The creatures could all die and be thrown away for no reason. Unless, thought the little shark girl, there had been a mistake. But when the net was hauled up to the fishing boat, she looked at Captain Barrett and she knew there was no mistake. Not him, cried the stingray. Oh, we are done for. This is the end. The end? No, not for her. A new feeling swelled in the little shark girl's heart. So she looked at all of the types of fish that were caught. Yeah, cruel humans where they shouldn't be. Georgia Peach, I agree. So they looked at all the fish that they caught, and she was thinking, well, some of these fish they eat, and some of them they don't. So maybe I'll get lucky. And there she is in her net. Poor shark girl. And then look at the evil captain. It was a powerful feeling. For the first time ever, she had a truly human feeling. It was a feeling of revenge. Oh, remember? So she liked being in the water because she liked being a fish more than a human. But now she has to be a human. And her best feeling, revenge. Look at her. The feeling gave her the strength she needed to burst free from the net. She plunged to the ocean depths far below where dangerous plans are hatched. So she's amped up with adrenaline, with a revenge adrenaline. Mutiny, that was a good plan. Take the captain's crew, take his ship. The sea witch thought it was a good plan, too. Sea witches are half human themselves. They live for drama. There's the sea witch. So she goes and visits the sea witch to go find out what she can do to get back at the sea captain. Mutiny. That was a good idea. Take the captain's crew, take his ship. The sea witch thought it was a good plan, too. There's the sea witch. They're just kicking back, drinking some tea. Shooting the shit. Sea witches are half human themselves. They live for drama. These are really good finds. And you'll need a sea witch if you want to get legs. So the sea witch turned it into from a shark girl to an actual girl with legs. She's gonna get revenge on that captain. The next morning, a new sailor came looking for a job on the ship Jellyfish. She was small with no qualifications, but she said she was cold-blooded, and Captain Barrett liked that. Okay, so there she is as a sailor now. Look at her. Shake. The rest of the crew wasn't as sure, and it turns out that it's not so easy to lead a crew and plan a mutiny. When it is hard to fit in with humans, it's hard to fit in with humans at all. So there she is she's trying to do a mutiny, but they weren't going for it. They were kind of fighting back. And she's like, being a human, not fun at all. But as every human knows, anyone, even someone too sharp or too blue, or someone who sleeps with their eyes open the way sharks do, can become a good friend. If you give them a chance. So she had to acclimate. She had to acclimate with the sailors, be just like them. She finally got on their good side. She plotted and planned. One thing was for sure, though. The little sailor was good at fishing. She could sense fish better than the ship's radar, and she never had to throw back anything she wasn't looking for because she never missed. They all could see that she was born to do it. So she ended up being really good in her new job. That's a rare talent, all right, the crew agreed. But you had better watch out for the captain. He's a mean one, and he likes to be the best at everything. This didn't scare her. The little sailor felt braver and bolder than ever. Her plan would work. So nobody could show up the boss. But the little shark girl, she was gonna have it. Not gonna have it. She was gonna do her best. Captain Barrett did like to be the best, but he liked money even better. He had been chasing riches since he was big enough to bark orders, and he knew the little sailor was worth a fortune. She could make him the richest and best captain in the world. He would have to do something before they docked the next afternoon to unload their biggest catch of all. On the dock, you can just walk away. So there's the captain. One thing he knows about that little girl is she's rich, and that's what he wants. But I think she's rich in like, what do you call it? And like treasures. He thinks she's got a lot of treasures. But this was the kind of fortune that, But this was the kind of fortune that meant she could never leave. So there she is, talking with all her new friends. And there she is plotting. And there's the captain in the back right there. All evil. That was how the little sailor found herself caught again and all alone. Revenge couldn't happen like this. Should she ever have to come at all? Or should she have ever come at all? Humans are just too greedy. They will always be thinking of worse things to do than any creature born of the sea, no matter how brave or bold. And they've got this little sign. We're all family here. Aw, he tied her up. He chained her up to the little radiator. Took her stuff. Not cool. But then, maybe not every human is like that. Aw, her little family came to save her, to rescue her. Hey, Nebuluna, welcome in. Early the next morning, a furious captain found the crew on deck, including the little sailor. He did not like to be disobeyed. You bunch of sea slugs, how dare you defy me, he shouted. I'm the boss here. Everything in this ship is mine, and you better do what I say right now, because you all have made a big mistake. But the little sailor knew there was no mistake. Oh, so they rescued her, and here comes the captain, pissed. Pissed. She felt that was in her nature. She hadn't planned it, but it was perfect. It was simple. It wasn't what a human would do. It was what a shark would do. And Captain Barrett should never have provoked. She's going to turn back into a shark. I love these blues that they use for the hair and for the eyes. The overall color. A shark. Uh-oh. She's going to unleash all her anger on that captain. And look at that red, and look at that face. This was the nastiest thing she had ever bitten. It was the flavor of an old, hairy arm with a wrinkled tattoo. No wonder sharks don't like to eat people. Gross, she said, and that was all. Now the sea called out to her. She was the little sailor no more, but her true self once again. The crew cheered, and she strode across the deck like the shark she was. So she ended up biting the captain. She didn't like the flavor at all. Like, oh, hell no. Then she decided to leave. She was over it. Into the ocean, the shark girl leapt. So she jumps in. Behind her, on board, her plan worked anyway. Oh, so that all the people ended up doing a mutiny. So there's the captain. Everybody packed up and left. Threw everything away. So she got the mutiny after all. Captain Barrett will never return to sea. No fortune is worth a shark eating you up, he thinks. He doesn't need to know that a shark won't even bite you twice if they think you taste gross. The crew has taken command of the jellyfish and restored order. They still fish, but they never overfish, and they only catch what humans will eat. And they remember that the other fish are living creatures too. Sometimes they see a fin on the water and wonder if they will ever see their friend again, but they probably won't. After all, so they ended up doing the mutiny. They threw the captain over. She was just a little shark girl, and the ocean was her home. The end. Shark Girl. I give this one an 8. I think the story, I get the premise of it. The story could have been a little bit tighter. A little bit too many details in this one. Shark Girl. I give this one an 8. All right, let's take a vote. What did you guys think of what we've read so far? Elon, an 8. I agree. We started the hour with Curious George. We love a good anthology series to begin with. Mexipina, a 7. Yeah. I was generous with that 8. The pictures were really good. Happy birthday, Madame Choupeau. And then a Shark Girl. I really like the cover of this one. I thought it would be really good. 2 is still your favorite? Georgia Peach a 5, yeah. Amber, you see 2? No, 2, then 1, then 3. Yeah, I agree. What we 2, yeah, definitely 2. Madame Choupeau was that was a good one. Definitely gonna have to do some research on that one. Let's fire up the glue gun. We're gonna do the last piece of our candy project, a candy decoration. I'm thinking this Wednesday we're gonna make snowmen. I gotta figure it out though. What are we gonna use? I'm definitely gonna get some styrofoam, and then, but I think maybe if we can find some wood pieces, maybe I'll collect some twigs on the floor, and maybe we make the decorations out of cupcake pieces. Maybe I go to the grocery store and get some cupcake toppings and use that for the snowman. We're gonna take this hot glue gun and we're gonna paste it on there just like that. Georgia Peach, my Thanksgiving was really good. Spent it with my mom and my brother, my sister-in-law, my nephews. I had some aunts that came over that I hadn't seen in a while. It was really good. Ate a lot. We had turkey, ham. My cousin made ambrosia salad. She made a big bowl of ambrosia salad. I have half of it in my refrigerator. I've been eating that all weekend. It's really good. Okay, there is our little decoration mini project on our tree right there. We're going to stick it there. It's fun. All right, let's look in the stacks and see what we can find. Let's see if we can find... Let's see what we can find in our... We're going to read this one. This one's a Christmas adjacent one. It doesn't really have to do with Christmas, but it's called The Perfect Tree. And we love a good moon in children's literature. And look at, there's the person, the main character right there. The Perfect Tree. This one definitely, we have to find out what kind of art they used. This was published in 2015. And, oh, it doesn't tell us. But interesting pictures, though. Once, a boy named Jack went on a journey to find the perfect tree. Not to climb, not to draw, and definitely not to hug. So this one, we're going to have to really look at these pictures. This looks like it's done out of cardboard. Maybe these are actual pictures, but it almost looks like they took some like string, maybe some twigs. They took a picture of it and then drew it. Because look at those shadows in the back. So this is a house. Once a boy named Jack went on a journey to find the perfect tree. Not to climb, not to draw, and definitely not to hug. No, Jack wanted a perfect tree to chop, a perfect tree to hack, and a perfect tree to snack. The trees he saw were too wide, too spooky, too silly, or too familiar. So I guess he wanted some, he wanted to chop some wood for fire. And the ones that he saw, some were too wide, too spooky, too silly, or too familiar. Jack reached a hill and climbed to the top. No perfect trees were there. He climbed down the other side. Nothing. The perfect tree was really very hard to find. So there he goes to the top. Jack, he's looking for the tree. There's no tree up there. But look at that gorgeous moon. It's a very creative way to make a moon. It's like paper cut out. Jack wandered into the dark corner of the forest, and his heart began to sink. And then he heard, "I've been watching you," said a woodpecker. "Come with me. I'll show you the perfect tree." Oh, so this woodpecker is seeing is watching what he's doing. So he's going to try and find, he's going to go show him the quote-unquote perfect tree. As fast as an arrow, the woodpecker flew through the leaves. "Here we are," said the woodpecker. "Just you wait and see what happens next." So he guides him through these trees. There's his little silhouette there. There's the bird. Then he starts tapping on the tree and he tells him, "Just you wait and see what